you.
Alright guys, so relationship ranking 101. Elizabeth, what did you put for letter A?
I put 2 because it was better than, I felt it was better compared to C and not as well as B.
Okay. Riley, why did you put A?
I put 2 for A as well. I also felt it was better than C because C was kind of crap. And it wasn't as good as 1 because, he might have never seen her again.
Okay. Yeah, I put number 2 for A as well, partially because I feel like it fell in between B and C. So C as we have the same answers. We should talk about the worst and the best and why they're the worst and the best, because I feel like for all of us, number 2 just fell in the middle because that's where it belonged. So, Elizabeth, why did you think?
In the middle.
Yeah.
So,
So,
wait. What?
no, we all feel like number 2 is in the middle because it's worse than B, but better than C.
Okay.
So we should talk about why B and C are the best and worst. Should we start with the best and worst?
Hey, how about if we go back a step and talk about what is it about number 2 that makes it better or worse than C? And use the actual examples from what you read rather than the letters.
Riley, what do you think?
Well, I think A was better than C because, in C, it's kind of Tom controlling her with
Gifts.
insisting she spend all of her time with him, and she doesn't mind that. And then he made her not go out for the musical, but then the dozen long stem roses made it better. Well, that is kind of crap, And then in 2, it was better than that because it wasn't the best because he went over and talked, and they talked for like an hour, and then he felt changed, but it never said they saw each other again or
It just says
he's
still
looking for her.
Looking for her and trying to find her. Going to parties where she might attend.
So yeah, I feel like number 2 as well was better than C because while number 2 was the first time he met her, there's also, we don't know what the future holds. But for C, we already can see what the future is. And it's a rather materialistic relationship with Kim, which gives him nothing to turn
Which A was, he caught a glimpse of her and went and talked to her, and it was more like love at first sight type thing when he goes, talks to her, doesn't really know her that well, but still says he's in love with her instead of knowing her more. Where in B that I put 1 was they've known each other for 7 years and were friends, and then they still don't see.
So let's talk about why B was number 1 for all of us. I put it as number 1. It says Mary and Martins have been friends of next door neighbors since the 5th grade. For 7 years, they walked to school together. That's a very long time. But they know each other. I would imagine 7 years of walking together.
Next door neighbors.
Next door neighbors.
Talking every day to
And,
school and back.
They had a fun time at the prom, but they didn't go in the after prom, which means that there's no friends, but they love each other as friends.
Which they didn't go on the after prom trip because they seemed to be too much like a couple, and they didn't want that uncomfortableness to interfere with their friendship, which they were putting their friendship first. But they kind of they went on this date, but it wasn't as good as their real dates. It's kind of like the cliche, like, best friends thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, I think we've discussed why 2 fell in the middle, and why B was the best, and why C was the worst. At least